Okay, so let me change my view here. Once again, welcome to the Matri Satsang of Sri Anandamayi Ma, in the presence of her paduka. You can't see them because the camera's not going down, but her sandals, which she wore on her feet, are here. Today, Gloria cannot be with us. We'll miss her. So welcome, everyone. We're here to experience Ma's presence, to tune into her, to hear her words of advice for how we continue our spiritual life. She said many times, first, that we can't even think of her unless she thinks of us, so we are here by her grace. And she said also several times that she was here at the call of the heart, human heart, that the heart of mankind called out and her body manifested as a response to that. So she's here for every single person. And if our hearts call out to her as that original call was, we'll also be able to tune into her. So today we meet so that our hearts can call out to her and we can learn practical things to enhance our spiritual life. Sorry, I've been ill, so I'm a little bit low energy today. And also we want to have community together. Ma so often stress satsang, which is what we're doing. Satsang, company with truth, where like-minded devotees gather and we discuss spiritual things and help, support, encourage, inspire each other. So for that reason, we've started this satsang with Ma. So introductions first. My name is Mangalananda. Oh no, I have to always say this. We are recording this and we do share it to our YouTube website, which is Anandamayi Ma Satsang West. So if you participate, you will be recorded. We're legally liable to tell people that. But don't let that dampen your enthusiasm, because this is seen by devotees. So my name is Mangalananda, and I received Diksha from Ma in 1973 in Vrindavan, and have been living in her lineage ever since, in her ashrams in America and in India. And I was given the title Acharya, which just simply means a lineage teacher. So I share this work through that. And my co-host is, as always, Pragya Hallstrom, who's the author of Mother of Bliss, and also the editor of the Gospel of Sri Anandamayi Ma, which we're going to read from the day, and also collaborated with me in a new book we're working on called Babaji Mahavatar and Anandamayi Ma, The Revelation, which is going to come out hopefully soon. We have it at the publisher. We're doing final touches. So Pragya, can you say hello?
Jai Ma, it's so good to be with you all. I'm Pragya, and Ted and I live here in Amherst, Massachusetts. This is our temple in our beautiful condo here in Amherst. And I was just returning from a weekend at Kripalu Yoga and Retreat Center, a beautiful, beautiful retreat called the Soul Warrior Retreat, about how to take our spiritual practice and our belief and conviction and practice of oneness into the political realm and bring love into action. It was a very beautiful retreat. But I told a couple of people, I met some people who live near her, and I said, yes, I live in Amherst. They said, you do? I said, yeah, we have an ashram in our house. And they were like, what? They were so surprised. So I hope we'll see them sometime soon. Yeah. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Pragya. Sorry, now that we're started, I'm starting to droop a little bit in my energy. So our technical co-host today is Saraswati, who is also on our board of the Sri Anandamayi Ma Ashram and Temple. So can you say hello, Saraswati?
Yes, thank you, Mangalananda, for hanging in there and staying strong. I appreciate it. I am Saraswati. I'm here. Actually, I'm at my daughter's house. I'm taking care of her sheep and her cats while she and her two sisters, my three daughters, all ran a marathon together in California this morning. Isn't that amazing? and they all finished and they did great. So Jai Ma, Jai Ma. And I'm going to go through and um, I'll just call your name and unclick and say hello to us. So we'll start with Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael from Sebastopol, California. Jema, great to be here.
Good to see you, Michael, Jema. Let's get together for dinner again soon.
Yeah, great. Hope you feel better, Acharya.
Thank you.
And Lonnie. Hello, Lonnie.
Hi, this is Lonnie from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Always good to see you, Lonnie. Jema.
Jai Ma. And Greg. Hi, Greg. Jai Ma.
Chima. Hi, my name is Greg, and I am in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Jema to everybody.
Jema. Really appreciate the people who come, regularly and be a part of this community. Good to see you, Greg.
And Steve. Jai Ma, Steve.
Hey, everybody. I'm Steve, and I'm just outside of Toronto in Canada.
Jai Ma. Hello, Molly.
Hi, Jay Ma. I'm Molly, and I'm in Long Island. I'm on Long Island. Nice to be here.
Jema.
Molly, tell everyone where you're headed.
Oh, but I'm going to move in the summer to Northampton, Massachusetts.
Yay!
Wow.
That's the next town over.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Jai Ma, how exciting. Yay. Randy, good to see you. Jai Ma.
Jama, everybody. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Jama and Pragna, you were 20 minutes from me. Anyway, it's great to be here. I saw a bunch of you this morning, and it's so good to be in Satsang again.
Jai Ma.
Good to see you, Jema.
And Janet and David, it looks like you have a crowd. Say hi.
Say hi. We have a little satsang circle. So we could start over here to the left. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm down here. My name is Vital. I'm close to Janet, where Janet and Dave live in Florida. Nice to see you all.
Who else?
Robert
is there.
Arpita? Arpita?
My name is Arpita, and I live in Florida, and I'm very grateful for this little group and for the larger group with an S.
And
I,
sorry.
yeah, that's it. Was with Ma in 73 and 76 and received many blessings.
Wonderful. Good to see you.
Robert.
Good to see you.
And I'm glad to be here with all the other devotees.
Welcome,
And we're
Robert.
glad you're here too. Yeah. And we're glad you're here. And we are glad that you are here with us as well.
And
Shalini?
My name is Shalini.
Yeah, Shalini.
What's from Florida? Close to you. We live close to Janet.
And I'm just a burrowing owl head popping up here. And Dave, and he's on the yeah, Jai Ma.
Jema. Good to see everyone. Wonderful.
Jai Ma. And then we had Soleil Brigham hop in. Can you say hello?
Hi, I just got home, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Good to see everyone.
Welcome, Soleil. Good to see you always. Wonderful.
And that's it. Mangalananda.
Good. Okay, so
Jema.
we're here today. Good. Okay. Well, we always like. First of all, let's read Ma's words. Boy, sorry, my mind is just gone today. We always like to start with Ma assuring us that she's hearing us, because it's not good to speak to somebody you don't think is hearing you. So Ma is definitely hearing us. So in Ma's own words, she says, I am ever with each one of you, wherever you happen to be. But your vision is tied down to worldly matters, and you have little time to direct your eyes to this body in your thoughts and actions. What can I do? But know it for certain that whatever you do in thought and deed, whether you are near or in distant lands, never escapes my loving attention. Just as at a flash of torchlight, your faces gleam forth in their bold outlines. All your facial expressions appear in my mind when you meditate on me or talk about me or sit down to pray to me. And so in her infinite consciousness, in whatever realm she is in, and she's in everyone's heart, Ma is hearing us, seeing our faces, aware of each one of us as we speak about her, and guiding us into what she wants to say to us. She says, solely for you is indeed everything that this body says or does. Its actions, movements, its going hither and thither. Whatever is done for your sake through this body at any time, it is you who cause it to happen. So our need, our desire, our love, our longing is what motivated Ma when she was on this earth, and what motivates her now, and what attaches us to her. She says, the Atma, the pure soul of this body, is the Atma of all. That's how she can always be with us, because she is the manifestation of that Atma. The Atma of this body is the Atma of all. It cannot be that anyone, anywhere, is not Ma's very own. Wonderful thing. Let's do a few more. I am specifically in need of those who are unable to shift for themselves and have none to prop them up in their spiritual life. It is a supreme fact that this body has not come into being to reap the fruits of past karma. So we know she said she manifested this body to help us, and she had no earlier birth. Whoever has once been drawn to love this body will never succeed in wiping out its impressions. Even despite hundreds of attempts to forget Ma, this body still rests and shall remain in their memory for all times. And she says, you know how she always said, she referred to herself really, really as I, the pronoun I. She said, Yesharira, this body. She said, this body says, have faith in this body. Your unswerving faith will open your eyes. And then she always says, this is again her universal consciousness. Anyone calling out for God from any land, in any language, and in any age, remember their cries reach this heart like waves crashing onto the shore. So amazing. And then a few things that great Mahatmas, the saints who had the divine vision, saw in Ma. Here, this is one of our favorite ones. Sitaram Das Omkarnath, who was one of the great saints of the 20th century, who was also very close to Ma. He told people, Ma is not far from you. She ever resides in the innermost recesses of your heart. Ma is the eye of your eyes, the ear of your ears, the word of your words, and the life of your life. Ma envelops this entire universe and exists inside and outside every animate and inanimate object. In her nirguna state, that's her beyond state, she is your father. In her saguna state with attributes, she is your mother. You are the darling of that mother. Then why are you crying? Such a sweet one. A couple of other things. Bitika Mukherjee, who Pragya and I both met, considered Ma's main biographer, who's written many books about Ma and who lived her entire life with Ma since she was a child. Here's a nice thing she said. She says, an unusual scene of departure at the Howrah railway station, that's in Calcutta. Ma is sitting at the window of her compartment while the throng of devotees are milling around in front of her on the platform. Sri Ma was smilingly conversing with those close at hand and looking graciously at those who were standing at the fringe of the crowd. An emotional scene for many. One lady, shedding tears, called out, Ma, tell us at least that you belong to us. The train was in motion. Sri Ma said, I belong to everyone. The lady was probably disappointed, not realizing that she had invoked an answer which was startling in its self-revelation import. So Ma belongs to everyone. One point also in Ma's words, she said, no one can approach this body unless it is my khayal. Khayal is what she used for the divine will moving through her. Whoever has come in contact with me must need some sort of link, however subtle, dating from the past in unbroken continuity. So think about that. Let me read it again. This is Ma speaking. No one can approach this body unless it is my khayal. Whoever has come in contact with me must need some sort of link, however subtle, dating from the past in unbroken continuity. So we have a link with Ma in some form. In some form in a past life, in this life, we've formed this link. And now, by our continuing interaction with her, we strengthen that. The great yogi Sri Balananda Brahmachari once told Akhandananda Swami, quote, the company of Ma that you keep, never leave it. Ma is not a sadhika, that's someone who practices discipline. She is nitya siddha, eternally perfect. She is born for some great work and will leave as soon as that work is completed. She doesn't have to do any kind of sadhana bhajan. That is her own spiritual practice. We know that, but that's what the saints saw in Ma. So wonderful. So now we're going to relate in these next couple of hours to Ma with our intellect and hearing her words and thinking. But let's start with evoking her in our heart, which is best done through music. So those of you who, I think most of you have been here before, and we always sing this one kirtan, Om Ma Sharanam. Om Ma Sharanam. Sharanam is our place of refuge, our place of quiet strength and support in this life. Om Ma Sharanam. 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 Anandamayi Ma, 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 Anandamayi Ma. Anandamayi Ma, Anandamayi Ma, Om Ma Sharanam, 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 Om Ma Sharanam. Sharanam. Om Sharanam, Om 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 Om Sharanam. Together one last time. Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam, Om Sharanam. So let's sit quietly and just feel Ma's presence really and truly. She is with us, hearing us, guiding us. Let's just sit for a moment and kind of tune into her. So I'd like to read a little bit of things from Ma's life, so we can see how she related to people, how she answered questions, and then we'll read more of her actual words. Last month, I related how when I was in India recently, a few weeks ago, how we spent time with two of Ma's attendants, brahmacharinis who traveled with Ma, who spent their whole life with Ma, and we played a little video of them singing together, and it was so inspiring. So this month also I want to have a quick excerpt from one of Ma's Gopal Priya Didi, one of Ma's attendants who was with Ma, and those ladies who had the fortune, incredible fortune, of serving Ma and helping her in her daily routine, saw so many amazing things, so many extraordinary things, supernatural things. This is a quick thing here. How Ma, and she was Mother was like a child. She always just kind of said what's happening. Oh, such and such is happening, and she was so guileless. She would just speak like a little girl. Oh, look what's happening. So many times entities not in physical body would relate to her. She would say that when we saw her supposedly sleeping, like maybe 2 hours a night, she would lay down somewhere to sleep, and Didi would be next to her, Guru Priya Didi, and she said, "You think I'm sleeping, but that's the time." She would say this in English. That's the time my shop is open. Shop is open for discarnate beings to come visit me. It could be people between births. It could be ghosts. It could be great saints. But people without bodies then would come just like all day long, coming and talking to her, asking her advice and things. So here's some Gopal Priya Didi's brief observation. I observed that Ma very finely made use of neem leaves. That's a very purifying leaf from a tree. Ma used to eat the paste of raw leaves, the juice of the leaves fried in ghee, and also bathed in water having neem leaves soaked in it. Many a time in the evening, I used to boil the plucked leaves, strain them out, and after mixing the leaf extract in a bucket of water, kept the bucket on the terrace covered with a cloth, and then bathed Ma the next morning with that water. One day, while preparing Ma's water for this bath, Ma said that she would not bathe that day. She did not bathe that day. She did not bathe the next day also. When this process continued for the next 6 days, I completely broke down. I was sure there was some fault from my side in preparing the bathing water. I informed Udasji, Udas was one of Ma's constant companions, I informed Udasji about my depressed situation, saying that maybe because of my offense, Ma wants to be bathed by someone else. When Udasji informed Ma about this predicament, Ma called me the next day and said, "Look at me." I observed that Ma's face and eyes were absolutely fresh, just as it appears after a bath. Ma said, "Touch my hair." I hesitated, so Ma again said, "See, see." I touched her hair and it was wet. I then shrieked out, "Ma, you surely must have got bathed by somebody else. Please tell me my fault." Ma said, "Nothing of that kind, my dear. Nothing of that kind. They," referring to those pure and subtle souls who came near Ma and served her too, "they persuaded me a lot, so I could not deny them." So literally, the probably saints and things came and bathed Ma with physical water. There are things that we can't explain. Occasionally, I served food to Ma, but Ma would not eat anything. On persuasion, instead of eating, Ma finally said, the discarded ones arrived and fed me forcibly with so much love that my stomach is full. She even mentioned all the items that were fed, like a curry potato and potal, as pointed gourd, etc. In the afternoon, putting Ma to rest in her room, I shut the door from the outside. Going inside again after some time, Ma said, "There is no falling asleep for this body. The ears seem to be bursting with the sounds of mridang kartal." Mridang is the big clay drum that's used in kirtan, and kartal are the little cymbals. So she was hearing kirtan. My ears seem to be bursting with the sound of mridang kartal. Several people have surrounded this body and are chanting kirtan. They are singing, "Ayo digambar arunshala kar ao ao he." Oh, you beloved one, come, come, come now. The chants are still being heard. So saying, Ma started singing the song in the tune that was being sung. Then started reciting a self-made poem. And this is Bengali. I don't know what it is. Baiche Shingan Vipul Nade Tobu. I don't know Bengali. So this says here, meaning, Singa is being played with a huge noise on your arrival. Later she recited in a melodious voice, "They are singing, keeping this body in the center as if this body is Lord Shiva." So saying, Ma expressed an unbelievable emotion. So these attendants of Ma saw so much how Ma interacted with all the people, but also with those discarnate souls who were around us all the time in a different vibratory rate of a world. So amazing. Here's another thing. This is from 13th March 1957. I think it's from Guru Priya Didi's diary. Just a couple of little instances. Mataji is at Vrindavan. This morning, Sri Bhakta Maharaj, an old sadhu of the Ramakrishna mission, came for her darshan. He talked to Mataji for quite a long time. Before leaving, he bowed down, touching the ground with his forehead, and said to the assembled people, "This time he, capital H, has come in the shape of a woman. In her body, everyone should recognize his own Ishta." That's the beloved form of God that they worship most. Our connection with Mataji has not been newly established. It has existed from birth to birth throughout eternity. Beautiful. See, these great ones saw these things. And I've said many times, I had the experience, and I think many, many people did at their first darshan of Ma, of this deep soul feeling of familiarity. Just knowing there's never been a time we didn't know Ma. There never really has. Our eyes are slightly clouded at this moment by materiality. So we think we're coming to her for the first time. This goes on. Raja Pratap Singh of Kuchaman is here. He met Sri Bhakta Maharaj and said to him, "Regard yourself as Mataji's child. She will take everyone across the sea of becoming." Bhavasagara, it's called. Sri Bhaktaraj Maharaj is putting up in some dharmashala near Vrindavan. In the evening he came again, bringing with him a number of people to witness the performance of the Ras Leela in our ashram. That's a play about the life of Krishna. Sri Bhaktaraj's spirit is wonderful. He is so simple and utterly childlike. For him there is no difference of creeds and sects exist, how much faith and veneration he has for Ma. Today a lady named Kasturi Devi came from Ma's darshan. She is a disciple of Sri Kishori Das Babaji of Vrindavan. She related something most interesting. One night she was crying in her desperate yearning to win the Lord's grace. None of her attempts to sadhana had brought her the desired result. Later in the night she dreamt of a woman, this is before she met Ma, she dreamt of a woman dressed all in white who was accompanied by a girl wearing the ochre robe, the robe of a sannyasini. The girl took Kasturi's hand and said, "Why do you cry? Your Lord is here itself. Come with me quickly." She dreamt the same kind of dream on 2 successive nights. A few days ago, she heard from someone that there was a Devi at Vrindavan called Sri Anandamayi Ma. Thus, she had come from Ma's darshan that day. Udas is a long story. She was a wonderful devotee. She wore a Gerawan, the sannyasini. Udasji was sitting near Ma. On hearing her, Kasturi Devi was struck with amazement. On seeing her, Kasturi Devi was struck with amazement as she recognized in her the girl dressed in ochre robe of whom she had dreamt for 2 successive nights. When she thereupon looked upon Ma's face, she realized that the woman in white she had seen in her dreams was none other than Ma herself. Wonderful. At night, a few of us sat in Mataji's room. The conversation turned to the time when Ma lived at Budgetpur. Ma lived at Budgetpur from 1918 till 1924. This was the time of her so-called Leela of Sadhana. Laughingly, Ma related, "When this body stayed at Budgetpur, a gentleman who was a judge lived near Bholanat's gardens. At his place, kirtan of Hare Krishna was very often sung. This body could distinctly hear the sound, and listening to it, this body would lie as if unconscious. When the judge heard that this body went into these strange states, he advised Bholanat, Ma's husband, to put a mala of small tulsi beads about its neck." There was Shamada were a tulsi mala. When Bholanat related this to me, this body responded by saying, "Ask the judge what kind of tulsi beads are to be worn, material ones or mental ones." When the judge heard this, he declared that there would be no more need to wear a string of tulsi beads. Jai Ma. And one last thing I want to read. It's very sweet. It's just a little conversation I have with someone. Very assuring. I witnessed this myself with Ma. When people would come, the devotees of Ma had such a beautiful way of relating to her. Everyone had their own way, but there was always a very playful way that those, especially who spoke Hindi and Bengali, who were natives, could speak to Ma and play with her in this beautiful way. A lot of times they would coax her out by saying things referring to her, but it was saying about the Divine Mother, really talking about her. And we all knew it was her, and she knew they were referring to her. This is a conversation kind of like that, where this man keeps asking, "What about this Divine Mother?" Meaning Ma herself. Devotee: "Ma, I want to ask you something. Besides our mother who gave us birth, we are told that we have another mother who understands our joys and our sorrows, to whom we can submit even our unreasonable grievances, who puts up with our egotism and helps us in times of danger and distress. Does such a mother really exist or not?" He's probing Ma. Ma says, "She does." Devotee: "Then why is this mother so unattached and devoid of affection?" Ma says, "In what way?" Devotee: "Just now you were comforting Raj Kumar with the remark that in family life one has to endure sorrow and bereavement. If someone lives among thorns, he is bound to be scratched. What kind of mother is she who cannot save us from the scratches?" Ma: "Don't you know? You are also the parents of children. You let your children play games because you know this is good for them. While playing, they sometimes hurt themselves falling down or get covered with mud and dirt. But when you scrub and clean them, they start crying loudly. Similarly, when in your family life you suffer pain and sorrow, remember this is nothing else but this wonderful mother of yours cleaning you of dirt." Devotee: "But do we understand this? When the mother beats her children, they know it is their mother who is beating them. That is why even when they weep, they are crying, Ma. Ma. No, this is not correct. When children cry while being cleansed, they resent the discomfort of it. Later they come to understand that their mother has given them trouble in order to rid them of dirt. Having started on the simile of, Ma's continuing, having started on the simile of children's education, I can also point out that this mother does not entrust all things to her children in spite of loving them. She carefully puts away articles that are of value. Otherwise, they might be spoiled by her children. When the time is ripe, then the mother entrusts those things to her sons and daughters. So there is no cause for despair. Continue to perform your work. If you do not see quick results, remember your labor is not wasted. The mother is preserving everything and at the right moment will hand it over to you. Devotee, so we can rely on this mother? Ma, I assure you that you can be entirely free from all anxiety. Just go on practicing your japa or whatever other spiritual exercise you may have chosen. Devotee, so then they all start arguing with Ma. Why do you insist on Nam Japa or similar spiritual practices? A worldly mother does not insist on anything for ensuring the well-being of her children. Now they're just talking directly to Ma. Ma, this mother, meaning yourself, this mother is someone different from your worldly mother. This mother, listen to this carefully, this is so beautiful. This mother wants her sons and daughters to develop all virtues. They should become endowed with her qualities and become like her. This is why she tells her children to resort to the divine name. Besides, you can observe that the worldly mother also prevails on her children to take the trouble of studying well, so that after education they may be able to look after their parents properly. But this mother wants to mold her children in her own image. She wishes to inculcate into her children all her virtues and qualities, so that these may be revealed to them by their own experience. For these reasons, this mother is somewhat different from the worldly mother. So those are Ma's own words. She wants us, she sees how sometimes she gives us suffering in the sense to, it's our own karma coming to us, but it's to cleanse us. And think of that, she wants to reveal herself to us. She wants to give us her own infinite spiritual consciousness and bliss. She is Anandamayi, overflowing with bliss. She wants to make us Anandamaya, overflowing with bliss also. So before we go on to Pragya's reading, and we've had so many words now, let's have Darshan of Ma. Because we know that Ma gives Darshan these days through her photos. So let's look at some photos of Ma. And I'm going to sing a bhajan of Ma. You can sing the refrain, O Ma, Shri Ma, Jaya Jaya Ma, Jaya Ma, Jaya Ma, Victory to Mother. But it's in Hindi. One of Ma's devotees in India taught me this. And it says, it's about her all-pervasive nature. It says, Ma, you were inside, you were outside, you were in the smallest grain, you were in the smallest particle, even the atom. You were in all the elements. And then at last it says, O Ma, it says, wherever, the writer of the bhajan says, wherever I look, I see only Ma. Ma cannot be hidden from, but she has thousands of eyes. Then the end is a beautiful prayer. It says, O Ma, listen to my heartfelt prayer, my pukara. Ma, you are the generator of the world. Now live in every cell of my body and make us your very own. So that's where I'll be singing. So let's see if I can do this. I've got to share my screen. Okay. Okay. Om Ma Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. 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 Jaya Ma, Jaya Ma, Jaya Jaya Ma. Jaya Ma, Jaya Ma, Jaya Jaya Ma. Om Ma Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. Om Ma Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. माही मन में माही तन में माही सबका सार अनु अनु में खन खन में माँ से ही पव पार अंतर में बाहर में माही जीवन का सार ओम मा श्री मा जय जय मा ओम मा श्री मा जय जय मा जय मा जय मा जय जय मा जय मा जय मा जय जय मा ओम मा श्री मा जय जय मा ओम मा श्री मा जय जय मा So I gotta look at the words. जल में थल में नभ में माहे माँ का ही विस्तार जह देखूं तहाँ माही माहे माँ से माही सबका प्यार माँ से कहीं भी कुछ भी छिपे ना माँ से कहीं भी कुछ भी छिपे ना माँ के नहीं ना हजार ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ हे ज्योतिर्मयी ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी सुन लो मेरी पुकार जग जननी आनंदमयी माँ जग जननी आनंदमयी माँ कर दो अब उद्धार रोम रोम में बस जाओ माँ रोम रोम में बस जाओ माँ अंतरतम की गुहार ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ ओम माँ श्री माँ जय जय माँ So, okay. So now let's hear from Pragya. Sorry, we have to go over this every time because I think people who hear it today in person or have seen this before. But let's, Pragya, why don't you give everyone a brief explanation of your book, and then we can have a reading from you. Okay.
Okay, Jai Ma, so good to be here with you all. That's such a beautiful collection of pictures of Ma Mangalanandaji. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really nice. And there's a
Some
lot
of
more
them
we don't
are-
see. I try to start at a different place every time, so we see more every time.
Oh, sublime. They're so beautiful. Thank you. So I'm going to be reading from Volume 1 of the Gospel of Sri Anandamayi Ma. And as most of you know, I was privileged, blessed enough to have access to a set of tapes of Ma's questions and answers at various events, whether they were informal or at the Sanyam Saptaha. There were 48 tapes at Harvard Divinity School that I was able to, with the help of my friend Jaya, who is Ma's grand-niece, to translate. And so we have this incredible collection of conversations. And today, I don't know, I just felt, we were talking before about Ma's playfulness. One of my favorite readings, I think we were talking about this I'm teaching a class on Saturdays on Mother of Bliss, my first book, and we were talking about Ma's joy and how even though if you read her quotations, they can sound very weighty and serious. They are, of course, serious, but that Ma often delivered them in a very playful way. So this is a conversation from tape number 8, which took place at the Sanyam Saptaha in Suktal, November 1961. Was anyone there for that Sanyam? No. Sometimes we have people who are actually there. So what I love about this dialogue is that the man who's questioning her, the devotee, is in some ways sort of asking petty questions. And we as outsiders could be judgmental about these questions he's asking, but I think there are many ways in which we sometimes, our minds are in a petty place. So I can kind of identify with him. He's trying to use Ma to okay a fact of the Ramayana. So he says, we are told that Sita went, and just watch their interaction and how she plays with him. We are told that Sita went to Patala, the underworld, or sometimes we're told she went to Naimisharanya, the holy city. Where did she go? And did she go in anger? Shrima, if this body replies to your question, you will say, as gathered from Ma, Sita definitely went to Patala, the underworld. So this body will not say anything about it. But one thing is certain. Whether she went to the Patala or to Naimisharanya, wherever she went, she did not go in anger. That was a totally different matter. Questioner, please tell us what that matter was. In Naimisharanya, Ma interrupts, laughing. No. It was not anger of this type. Let this body give you a hint. There is a kind of state where if someone is entering into it, that which is limited has to go. Anger has to leave. But let this body ask you one thing. Who was Sita? You alone are Sita. You yourself are Sita, no one else. Questioner, you do not follow me, Ma. Shouldn't I ask you anything? I am not Sita. And everyone in the crowd laughs. Shrima, this body is not calling you Sita. She is calling Bhagavan, God, Sita. You yourself are Sita as well as Rama. Questioner, no. I am not Rama either. How can I be? Shrima, what is it that declares always I? Is it the body? This body is Rama. This body is Sita. Rama is Sita and Sita is Rama. They are one and the same. Everything is he only. Questioner, I am not Rama. Rama is manifested in me. Shrima, how can Rama be you? Rama is Rama. He can never be I. Everybody laughs again. Questioner, Rama is manifested in us. We are not Rama. Shrima. Who called you Rama? This body called only Rama as Rama. Please do not get angry now. Are you angry? Questioner, no, I'm not. Shrima, no, that is not so. You are Rama. Questioner, no, I am not Rama. Shrima, you alone are Sita. You alone are Rama, which is the place where these two do not exist. Can you tell this body? By now, everyone is laughing with Ma. Questioner, Rama and Sita are in everyone. Shrima, yes, they are in all. Questioner, Rama and Sita exist in everybody. Shrima, that is why this body calls you Rama. There is Rama, nothing else. Pitaji, wherever there is Sita, Rama is there. Wherever Rama is, this Sita is also there. Questioner, that is right, but everybody is not Rama. Shrima, all is Rama. Everything is Rama, nothing else. Questioner, it's not possible. Shrima, it is certainly possible. Questioner, if all became Rama. Shrima, what? Sa? All? There is one Rama alone. All mortals are Rama. Questioner, in Naimisharanya, and Ma starts laughing and interrupts, there is Rama and Rama alone. Rama, Krishna, or Ma, the Divine Mother, whatever name you say, it is He only, He alone. Sita. Questioner, when Sita went to the Patala, the underworld, with what feeling did she go? Did Rama not give her respect? Shrima, whatever the cause was, it has been explained in the Ramayana. That was the situation in which he disappeared. Questioner, oh, we are, after all, sitting before Valmiki, the author of the Ramayana. Why should we not hear what Ramayana? Why should we hear Ramayana anywhere else? Why can't we hear it here from Valmiki? Shrima, why should you hear it from anyone else? You yourself are Valmiki. Now you have made this body Valmiki. Questioner, now you have made me Valmiki. There's an uproar of laughter. Shrima, yes, you yourself are he. No one else is he. This body always says, husband, son, and father. Everything is you alone. All is in all. Questioner, you be whatever you want. Be Rama, Sita, or Valmiki, and tell us the real story. Shrima, by becoming, one cannot be. One is not what he becomes. One is what he is. And they all laugh. And he goes on, by the way, we'll end right here, because he goes on persisting that she give him these details of where did Sita go. So it just shows you how deeply invested we are in being a separate self and in seeing everything as separate and seeing stories as evidence of our separation. So, Jai Ma, I love reading this particular passage.
Yeah, it's obviously very playful. See, when you see it written down, it kind of gets frozen on the page, but it was obviously very playful and very loving. What are your thoughts, first of all, Pragya?
Well, I love that it always boils down to this, no matter whether she's giving a very esoteric talk. I was reading the talk that she gave to the president of India recently, and she goes into so much detail, but she's always coming back to Ekam Brahma Dvitiyo Nasti. There's only Brahman, there is no second. And so any attempt of anyone in any way to get her to admit that there's duality is just a failure. And I love that she jokingly, and in the meantime, of course, the whole audience is being carried along with this truth, and perhaps some of them becoming convinced of their own oneness with divinity. So, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have anything else to say, but what you just said was perfect. Yeah, it's true. Ma spoke from this uncompromising platform of non-duality. She just said, it was Vedanta, she said, God is in everyone, God is in you, you are God. But then she would give us, as the prescription from the doctor, she would give us as medicine, devotion. She would say, have devotion to God. And they're not This isn't a paradox. They both exist. We do have that divinity within us, but there is also an external God, external and internal both, that we can be devoted to. Yeah, it's beautiful. This man is kind of standing in the place of the archetypal ego. You know, that just will not.
Right.
Mike keeps saying, "You are God. You are God." He says, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." Mike constantly tries to awaken us, and we keep saying, "No, I'm not divine. I'm just this
Yeah.
little."
And how many times have we said, no, I'm not?
Exactly. I mean, daily. You know, when that awakening starts to happen, when Ma tells us these things, and when we start to feel the awakening of divinity in us, there's something in the ego that says, "No, I want to be separate." And Ma says the minute we surrender that, the whole job is complete. When we when we bow down and make pranam, it's not just showing respect, it's giving up our sense of separateness. We cling to it so tenaciously. We have to be separate, and then we have to seek to fulfill that emptiness we have because of the separateness from external things, and it never works. And we as humans never seem to get the idea that it's not going to work. but the explanation is we surrender ourselves to the divine, and we let that process happen of letting ourselves be revealed as divine inside, and we're not separate. Everything is based on this one thing, the unity of life. Dharma is based on the unity of life. What is Dharma? Dharma is the path of righteousness, the blueprint of the universe, and it's always based on this. If we hurt someone, we receive the consequence because we're hurting ourselves. If we help someone, we receive the good consequences because we've helped ourselves. It's all based on this one fact of unity, and Ma always stresses that. And Ma was the embodiment of that. She was one with everything. She suffered with everyone. She was joyful with everyone. She constantly stressed that. And when she said it, like that, you're saying, Pragya, you were saying so nicely that whole crowd, no doubt, it began to awaken in them, because Ma could say these things that we've read 1,000 times. When she said it, it would start to awaken that. Her presence awakened our inner divinity. Yeah, wonderful. Well, I'm starting to run down even more, and let's open the floor to there's a question there. The young lady with the blonde hair. What's your name?
Hey guys, I'm Gloria, and you all know me. And I'm so happy to be here. And just to be the troublemaker in this talk, I thought what Pragya said right off was, Sita cannot be angry. Was that right from the beginning? Did I imagine that?
No, that was said, yeah.
Yeah, she was describing a different kind of anger that a divine being has, which is not the kind of anger that we have. And preliminary to this discussion, this man was trying to say it's okay to be angry because the gods and the people in the Ramayana are angry. So Ma was trying to describe it's not the kind of anger you have, sir, Baba.
Yeah, she's kind of big on not being angry, even the kind of anger that we have. It is astounding about that. You know, I've been really looking at, I think it was volume 1, where she says, anger loses its force in the presence of sattva guna, so that it completely evaporates. And so holy people don't get angry. Why? Because they have developed their sattva guna. And that seems to be the same as what you two are saying about non-dualism. As we do our devotion and all those good things, we also develop our sattva guna and anger falls away. Is that what you guys got?
That's a very good point you're bringing up. Thank you. It is true. Sadhana does develop sattva guna. I think people know we're talking about the 3 qualities of nature discussed in all the scriptures. Tamas, rajas, and sattva. The quality of light and purity and health and all these things. Sadhana does develop that, and it is true that quality alone, the light of that quality, does deaden these other qualities. We think we have to stop anger, but it is true. That's a good point. We do have to kind of control ourselves when things like these things come up. When our passions come up, we have to learn to control it. At the same time, to get rid of it, you don't just try to, I'm going to push it away, push it away. We develop the quality of sattva. And like you said, the light, or Ma said it, I guess, the light of sattva guna will disperse that darkness of rajas and tamas. Yeah, it's a good quality. It's a good point. Thank you. Do you have anything else? Nice. Let's have the floor open, please. Anybody have anything? Molly,
Go
did you-
ahead, Molly. Molly has her hand up.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question because it's so interesting to me. So I remember a story where Mom, when she was very young and very beautiful, went in a rickshaw with and the driver, tried to, come on to her, something like that, and blazing forth, scared him, and so she was not harmed. Or I think of Christ when he flips the tables at the temple. So what is that, Bob? Because to me, to me as a little human, it looks something like anger. And I've heard many like people who have a fundamentalist bent of mind, as I do, use those incidents to justify their own anger. So what is happening there? What is manifesting there?
Well, I have something to comment about that. I feel as though certainly Ma's anger comes under an umbrella of skill and means. The idea of upaya kashalya, where the great being, in this case the avatar Ma, knows exactly what is required for the person that she's relating to, whether it's a student or in this case sort of an enemy. But it's not the kind of anger that we have where we might hang on to it afterward. We have a lot of judgment. It's more like what's needed right now is this, so that's what comes to mind, Molly.
Do you think it's also because she's actually protecting the person who wishes harm? She's keeping them from doing harm?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
It's
There's
very
a righteous indignation. See, when we meaning humans, the human condition, when we get angry, this anger rises up inside of us and overwhelms us, and we just act according to the anger. We become anger. But there's a righteous indignation that the ones who are, especially the self-realized ones, can use, like Jesus used, to accomplish something. I'm sure there was no, like when we get angry, we have these physical things, our breath changes, our body temperature changes, we have all this poison in our blood. A realized person can take a force that needs to be expressed at that time, like Jesus throwing over those tables. There was no instance of anger in him. I'm sure. He didn't tell me this personally, but we can assume that there was no effective anger like there is in us. Of all this thing, he was using the power of God to make a very strong point that needed to be made. There was something else. I remember that particular story that you were telling. I read it also, and I remember Ma said that they were in this tanga, which is a horse cart, and the driver, and there was like 3 or 4 women, young women, and this driver he thought he could take advantage of them, so he went down a side road that was not on the road, and he stopped and he started to get out and come back to him, and Ma said, this body simply looked at him, and he shivered in his boots, so to speak, or literally, and turned around and went back and got back in the cart. He said it was just a look, but it was a very strong look. So Ma with a look can pierce the heavens, So. Yeah, but does that make sense that there's a righteous indignation that is in the total control of the realized soul that is wielding it. It's like a tool he or she can use and then put back in the sheath, whereas we get used by anger. That's kind of the distinction. Does that make sense, Molly?
It does make sense. And also, like I just really, when I get angry, usually I want to harm somebody. I want to hurt them. I might not do it, but there's an intention behind it often where I want revenge, some sort of revenge. And I don't think that was that certainly wasn't in Ma, certainly wasn't in Christ.
No, that's not a part of this
Yeah.
divine use of this power of,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even call it anger. It's a power that needs to be expressed at a time. Yeah, a force,
Mhm.
divine
Mhm.
force. Yeah, it's
Force.
true. It's always for good. Like, Jesus loved the people. He didn't hate the people. He did it for the uplifting of mankind. Yeah, it's true. Molly, while you're on the line here, you were just recently with me, with several of us at Ma Sharanam, our ashram in India. I don't think we've talked. Would you mind sharing some of your experiences of being in our ashram there and what went on? We'd love to hear of it. I was there, so I know.
Well, I'd never been to the ashram and I'd never been to India. So I think for me, what was so beautiful at the ashram is the places I've been before were very scoldy. They were all scolding you about you didn't do enough of this, you didn't do enough of that. And at the ashram, I very much appreciated that you come to the class and you do this, but if you're tired, you can lie down. If you're sick, and I really appreciated that because it makes everything flow so beautifully. And at the ashram, I just was so absolutely, I'd never seen a family so harmonious, like literally just in this unbelievable flow where you could really feel the living divinity expressing everywhere. It was to me, and so simply, so very simply, just like a flower growing or something like that, not with any sort of pretentious layer over it. It was on no religiosity layer. So I was just very moved by the whole thing.
Oh, that's wonderful. What was your impression of the place? The beautiful place and the temples and the schedule and the different things we did.
I
What was your
found this
impression?
I found the schedule very human and very doable, especially for an older person who doesn't feel well a lot of the time. So you could do it. You could and the places when I heard that the place was just all brambles and what it is now, it looks like it's been there forever.
Yeah, it's like a little paradise. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I saw Samjeet picking lemons from a tree outside one of the temples. I think he was going to use it in our Ayurveda class. And I don't know, there was something about that was remembering Ma. She would only eat something that had just fallen from a tree at one point. So anyways, it was a very, um, uh, it's hard for me to express.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I understand. It was a very intense time together. It was beautiful. But it is true. The ashram is very organic. We have a schedule and everything, but it is run as a family. It's really a wonderful, amazing place. Yeah, and beautiful. It's like a huge garden. So amazing. And think of it, we saw two wonderful saints while we were there. I think I told you about it. How there was this. We had the perpetual Mahamantra Kirtan going on in Ma's temple, and suddenly there was somebody else singing, and somebody went to look, and who was that? And it was this wonderful saint who was a disciple of Sitaram Das Omkarnath, who we read from at the beginning of this session. Remember, we read his words about Ma? It was a direct disciple, an old man, an old sadhu with the matted hair and the big tilak. And he was singing Ma Mantra, Krishna Mantra, and singing and weeping. It was so beautiful. And so we came with him. He walked around the whole ashram with us, and we sat with him, and he was, in my opinion, he was a real thing. He was a real God realized saint. Like he was walking around the inside of the temple. He was very humble. He didn't like people bowing to him, but he walked around the outside of the temple, and I, from a distance, bowed down to the ground in front of him, and he bowed real low to me. Then he came up and he just looked at me for, I don't know how long. He gave me the saint look, seeing everything and giving me a blessing. He went on. It was really, really wonderful. And then we had the other saint who we kidnapped, from his ashram. He stayed with us. Anyway, it was a wonderful time. Well, we still got time. Okay, does anyone have any questions or discussion from both the readings, that I did, that Pragya did, or anything that we've been talking about, or anything they want to share about staying on the subject of Anandamayi Ma and her teachings? Anything at all? Surely somebody has something to say.
Go ahead, Randy.
Hey, hi everybody. I just want to say that being on the calls with Swamiji in the mornings on Sunday and then doing this, it feels I feel like it's creating an energy and a force that's really important, and I feel like satsang, I keep reading how important satsang is, and being with Swamiji, and he's giving us practices to do, and I feel like that's important. And it's great because at this stage, I'm doing what feels right, and I'm not beating myself if I'm not doing something, like the list, or it's just, I'm just picking something and doing it the best I can and feeling the joy of it, feeling, just what it brings to me. And then coming here and seeing everybody being together. I mean, you guys do such a beautiful job with this satsang. It's just so precious. And then having his input and everybody who's on that call. And so I feel very, very, very blessed. I feel like it's like the soil is getting all weeded and the sun's coming out and just, like all these little beautiful plants are growing, and in the midst of everything that's going on, it's just like, I'm just, it doesn't, I feel it all, but it's not my focus, and I do action based on my connection with Ma and Source, versus fear or anger or separation. It's like that's the ground that I trust. I have so much more trust that if I just focus on what I need to do, and Tom and I focus on what we need to do, our connection with Source, our practices, like Gloria was saying, the sattva guna, like that purifies us. And then that's the biggest action that I can have. And it feels very good. And I feel like it's very true. So but Acharya and Pragna and Saraswati, like, I just feel like, this is such a beautiful satsang. And the more so I just want to say for all, like, it's great seeing everybody. So I want to just share that with you.
Oh, thank you, Randy. That's very nice. This is why we do it, so we can all enjoy this together. It's so sweet. Now, a couple of things. Pragya, could you put in the chat the link to the Sunday morning satsang with Guru Sharan?
Actually, for the first time, I can do that
You gotta put in the
because,
link
and
for me.
I was going to announce that they finally have settled on one link. So it's the same every week. Previous to this, you had to kind of find out the link on the morning of, which, so we're sending out an ashram announcement with the link tomorrow, but I'll put it in the chat right now because I finally got it from Ishwar. So is there anyone who has not been on Swamiji's satsang yet? Because now you can be. Okay, so I'm
Unfortunately not, because it's just at a bad time for me. Because like I said, this morning I was singing the Sigurd Lord. Yeah, I'm gonna try and
yeah.
come.
Do
It was
they
so wonderful
record
in
it?
Masharanam every morning. We would sit with Swamiji and he would read first in Hindi, then in English,
Yeah.
the Ma's words in Vani. It was really a very, very dear time. Miss that. I miss seeing Swamiji every day. Yeah, so we can go every Sunday morning. Swamiji from India is from our Masharanam ashram is broadcasting Ma's Vani, Ma's words, and doing
Yeah.
so good.
It's 8:45 Eastern Daylight. Um, as far as the recording, they've only so far succeeded in getting the Hindi recordings up, but we're promised that very soon the English recordings will be up, and that it will be so amazing if we could catch up for those of us who haven't been watching.
Also, I
Randy.
just wanted to say, I think it's been I've been going on at 11:45. I think it's been starting 11:30.
Really?
So am I wrong? I mean,
Well,
people might.
before we were waiting and it wasn't coming till 11:45, but did anyone
Today it was at 11.
earlier? Okay, so let's say 11:30 then.
I don't know, but that's what I know for sure today. I missed the first 15 minutes, but
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Lonnie, I want to get to you, but I want to say one more thing about what you were saying, Randy, which is really important. Everyone knows, no matter what, we're not going to bring politics into this, but whatever a person's political leanings are, everyone agrees this is a very stressful time in the world we're living in right now. Very stressful. And what you said was really important. Having our center, having our own sharanam inside of us. That the last public kirtan I did with my band, we ended with the kirtan, a Sufi Qawwali chant that Swami Guru Sharana always said. It says, Waha Waha Ji Moja Fakir Adi. It means great is the joy of the saints. And the verses that are sung in Hindi in between talk about sometimes they eat just dried grains. Sometimes they feast on kheer. Sometimes they wrap themselves with a silken shawl. Sometimes they wear the battered rags of the poor. Sometimes they sleep in the palace of the king. Sometimes they lie with the homeless in the gutters. But in spite of it all, Wahawaji Moj Fakira, the greatest their joy. And I told people, I said, this is what we need for this time. We're all fakiri. We're all sadhus. We're all practitioners of spiritual life. And so what we have to have is that from our daily practice, following what Ma has told us to do, we develop a place inside of us that is safe and stable and that Ma's presence can always manifest in. And it only comes through it comes through grace, of course, but it comes through our exerting our will and our daily practice. And the more we get established in that, the more we can have this place of both freedom and strength where no matter what's going on in the external world, which is pretty bad right now, we can have this inner strength and we can always say, Wahawaji Moj, how great is the joy. So, Randy, that was a good point, that the more we buckle down and apply ourselves to Ma's teachings, the more we have this inner stability in the difficult times. No matter what happens, it doesn't upset us. Yeah. Lonnie, what's going on with you, Lonnie?
Jai Ma. I've said this before that it just so often happens that whenever somebody does a reading, like your reading earlier, Mangalananda, it's just, I don't know, it almost never fails to be like so very relevant for me, at least. So I recently lost my worldly mother. Like the service was just yesterday, actually. And, so my divine mother is, I really feel like she's helping me get through it. And I don't know, kind of lost what I wanted to say, but surely there's something from Ma that that could be relevant at this time. So, if anything comes to mind, please tell me.
First of all, Lonnie, we really share your grief, and we're Satsang, we're community, and we have your back, and we're really sorry for your loss. It's very hard, especially that the mother is so close. It's the closest link in human nature. There's whole sections in these Matrivani books we have of people coming to Ma with distress. A lot of times, parents losing their children, which is even harder because you expect your mother, you expect to outlive your mother, but you don't expect to outlive your children. And Ma was, how she would nurture them. And one time, a lady came and was talking about her daughter who had died, and she was bereft. And Ma said, "I will be your daughter." And the mother freaked out because she said it in her daughter's voice. In her daughter's own voice, she said, "I will be your daughter." So it is true that the physical mother is our first guru, our first protector, the doorway of life into this world. And she's, inexpressibly dear to us. But and that relationship never breaks. The forms come and go. We're like driftwood on top of a river. The forms touch for a while, then they get drifting off. But those relationships, those links we have with different people are always there, and they'll manifest in some other form. So the closeness of your mother is never broken. It's true. But it is true, Ma never leaves us. Ma is always our eternal mother. She really, really is. She's always there for us. And she once said, "Your grief is my grief. I know it all." So she's right there, and she is always there to comfort us and give us strength. So we really share your sadness with you, Lonnie. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
J-Ma. Janet, you have your hand up.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Lonnie, that, and I mean this from the bottom of our hearts, our collective hearts, that we love you. And I want to give you a big virtual hug. I wrap my arms around you, and I love you. J-Ma.
Oh, we all give you a big,
Big
satsang hug.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arpita. Anything else from anyone? We're a little early today.
Gloria.
I want to mention, since we're not doing the Samyam Septum, Mangalananda is doing something in Virginia, and we could do a group hug then.
That is true. Thanks for bringing that up. It's been confirmed now that we tried to work it through our board, the Samat, Sri Anandamayi Ashram Temple, of which Pragya and Saraswati and I and Ramani are on the board. We tried to work it where we could work it through the board where we all teach and everything, but we couldn't organize the whole thing. So I'm just going. I was invited there, and I tried to bring the board in, but it just didn't work with our timing and everything, with Pragya's and Ted's health and everything. So I'm just going there privately. I'm alone with Ramana and Gloria. So I'll be at Yogaville, which is in Virginia, on November 5th through 8th. So please put that on your calendar, because that is an opportunity for our online Sangha to meet in person if we can do it. We met 2 years ago at Shivananda Yoga Ranch in upstate New York for an extended, I think it was like a 5-day Samyan Sapta, which was wonderful. As some of you who were here that were there, but this time it's just going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But it's a time for us to be together, and the whole thing, what I'm calling it is the life and practical teachings of Sri Anandamayi Ma. So it's all just about Ma. So hopefully our Sangha can come as many times as we can. We're going to talk about you are loved by the Divine Mother. That's going to be the theme. So if people can put it on the calendar, it's the Yogaville. It's not going to be that expensive. I think it's like $700 or something. We're not charging anything, but it's you pay for accommodations there at Yogaville. And Yogaville is this very wonderful campus. I was there 2 years ago giving a class. And we'll have kirtan at night, and we're going to just talk about Ma and her teachings and how she expressed each one of her teachings in her own life. So it's if people can, it's not on the website yet because I'm still giving them information. I have to give them some kind of video, but it'll be November 5th through 8th in Virginia. If you can possibly make it, it's going to be a fun thing.
And speaking of announcements, we have satsang happening here in Amherst for Ma's birthday, to celebrate Ma's birthday, and it'll be on Zoom. You'll get an announcement, and it'll also be live here. And it's a time where we just joyously celebrate Ma's Jayanti, Ma's birth, and usually we have a rose petal puja of some kind that you can all, whether you're at home or here, you can offer rose petals to Ma's picture. So put that on the calendar. It's at our regular satsang time, Sunday, May 3rd, from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, another plug here. At this 2 days before, I will be in New York. I was going to try to work it out with Pragya where I could come up the weekend after and we do Ma's birthday together, but it didn't work out with just our schedules. So I've been invited to Shivananda Yoga Ranch in upstate New York, Woodburn, New York, on Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday, May, the first weekend of May, coming up soon, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So I'm going to be in New York at that. Look on their website if you want to come, Shivananda Yoga Ranch. So if you're in the area, we'd love to see you. And then on the May 3rd, when you'll be having the Maji Satsang, I'm doing a kirtan in Manhattan at the Shivananda Yoga Vedanta Society. So if you're in New England and you want to come participate live, we'll be there. You can come on the weekend to my thing and go up to Sunday like Saraswati. You go up on Sunday to be with Pragya. Okay, anybody? One last opening. Anybody have anything to share or say or contribute or ask or anything?
I want to appreciate you for being here, leading the satsang when you're not feeling well. Thank you so much,
Yeah, I was
Mangalananda
feeling
ji.
better until I started. Then I started like drooping. My pedals started drooping. Okay, well, we're here every third Sunday. We appreciate seeing every one of you. It's so wonderful you come regularly. And for those who are watching the video who not come, well, hopefully you can come. You can watch the video or you can come in person sometime, and we're all be together in Ma's arms, in Ma's lineage, and Ma's teaching and power, because Ma empowers as well as teaches. So let's read one final thing, it's just something practical. A beautiful thing. Someone once asked Ma about why we repeat mantra. You know, she's biggest on mantra japa, on repeating the names of God. This is the main sadhana she would always ask people to do. And one person, she was talking about this, and one person said, Ma, a bird repeats the same thing, but it cannot see God. And Ma says, this is interesting, listen. Man sees him, capital H, man sees him by repeating the same thing. When he intends to appear, he makes a person repeat the same thing. That is, do the same work. When he intends to appear. So our inspiration to do japa is because God is planning on appearing to us. Let's start over. When he intends to appear, he makes a person repeat the same thing. That is, do the same work. There is no need to bother about what I have and have not. It is our job to hold to the one, to be directed to one aim, with one name, one meditation, one contemplation. We must make our faith firm. By performing action, desire cannot be brought to an end. Even more desires spring up, one by one, till they proliferate ad infinitum. If we stay with only one single desire, that of attaining God, all other desires become extinct. If we take no heed of the branches of a tree, but go on watering its root day in and day out, it is found the tree has shed all old leaves and put forth new ones. In the same way, if a person simply goes on repeating the name, unmindful of any other thing, they are freed from the previously acquired tendencies and attain a new life. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what Ma is saying is, have a divine name, have a mantra, and if you haven't been given one by a guru or a lineage, she says pick any name that appeals to you, that resonates within you, and make that name your constant companion and try to say it all the time, and morning and evening sit quietly and say it with your breath. and mentally, and sing it out loud anyway, but then with the breath. Go on. So wait, who? Randy has a hand up. What's that? Randy, did you have your?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, and Michael or Molly or whoever else was on the call this morning, I can't remember I don't have my notes with me, but today is, Swami was saying it's a very special day that if you start a practice today, it will continue forever. It's like the day.
Akshaya Tritiya. It's when the sun and the moon are exalted. It's a very auspicious day. Yes.
Yes, so thank you, Saraswati. So he really asked us to do the practice that Ma asked of saying Mon. If I say, I'm sorry, my
Moan, yeah.
my anyway. So yes, from 8:45 to 9, he's just said if you can just do that, and he talked a lot about that, but and just, if you do silent japa or whatever your practices, but from that time and any other practices or things that we can add today will continue, I don't know if it was effortlessly or we'll be given that grace. So that's pretty important. It's pretty auspicious. So I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah,
And if,
thank you.
if you have any more to say about that, any of you, it was very inspiring and glad I remembered it.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. It's an auspicious time for starting, making new beginnings. So, if we haven't started yet, today's a good day to start. And if we have started, which most of us have, it's a good time to persevere. The world's getting crazier and crazier, and the deeper we can be in the being of God, the safer we're going to be. Time to take refuge. Okay. If you want to unmute and say goodbye, it's so good to see everyone. Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Grateful and happy to be here. Thank you.
Good to see everyone again. I just saw David pranaming. Okay, Jai Ma, everyone. Take care.
Wish we were with you in Florida.
Yeah.
I was driving in the snow today.
What?
Oh yeah.
89 degrees here.
Or we could be in the Big Island. That would be good too.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, there's Yana. I'll see you soon for dinner, you and Sarah, on the Big Island.
Wonderful.
We actually have a dinner date in August.
Oh wow.
Jai Ma.
Yeah. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma, everyone. Thanks, Saraswati.
Thank you. Good to see everyone. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.